Welcome to the FAQ podcast, frequently asked questions with Fuzzy and Quincy. Fuzz, I'm really
yeah, I know you're
excited about this interview.
Yeah,
you know that, right?
I know.
This guy that we have, he's a first of all, he's a rapper, right? He's an artiste.
He's an artiste.
But then you see him, he has his own podcast, one of the biggest podcasts.
Yes.
He's an actor. He does so many different things. He's a Crip. Talks about that on the social media, respectfully.
Yeah.
I'm not from LA, so we're gonna find out about this. About that.
The Crippiness.
The Crippin. But it's a fun. It's like I'm not gonna say this. It's like the softer side of Crip.
No, I can't say that.
You can't say that?
It's still Crippin.
No, I didn't say. No, I'm just saying like it's fun. It's fun.
Corporate Crippin.
Corporate Crippin. Because remember, I'll
give you that.
And he's clever.
Very clever.
He's a clever Crip.
I like that.
CC.
Like that? CC.
We'll talk about all that.
All right, we have AD here.
Compton AD.
Thank you, AD. Thanks for stopping by.
Oh
FAQ
man,
podcast,
come on,
bro.
man.
I gotta give you my introduction, man.
Can we curse on here?
Hell yeah.
Oh, just make a show.
Hell yeah, we can curse,
radio?
man.
Yeah.
Dog, I don't know what happened. I'm gonna tell you where I found AD. I was on Justin LeBoy's Instagram account. Okay. And AD was saying all this, he was just saying all this clever stuff on there. And I was like, man, that's funny. I was like, man, I need to know who this dude is.
Yeah.
So then I do the research. I'm like, oh, he got this EP out called Julio Nights. I was like, whoa.
He was a little late to the game, but it's
I was like,
whoa.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not from
Yeah.
I was like, yo. So me and my man Al, we go back and forth on West Coast music. Like he'll send me some stuff. He'll send me the Larry Jones.
And they go back on lingo also. They be mocking us.
Yeah. So I was like, yo. And I was like, Fuzz, you heard this dude AD, man? This joint go crazy. Money, cars, jewelry, sluts. I don't give a boom, boom, boom. That's my joint.
Plays all the time.
But not just that song, but like the whole. Then I started listening and I'm start watching him on Instagram Live. I'm like, oh, he got some. Oh, that joint sound crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah. So I'm excited to be here with AD because I'm a real fan, bro.
That means a lot.
Me, I'm like, AD, that's my guy. Like, of course I know.
Yeah, Fuzz, that's Fuzz and did a lot for a nigga, man. You know what I mean?
Come on, man.
That's my guy.
Yeah. Dude, I'm gonna let you lead this because this is.
Oh man, where do we
so much insight AD and I have? So
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, what part of LA are you from?
Compton.
You from Compton? Okay, so Fuzz is from Compton.
Yeah, man.
When'd you start?
I started rapping. Really started rapping. Like I say, professionally. Maybe like around 2013, I started dropping like mixtapes and stuff.
Yeah.
But I always wanted to do that. Like I was plugging in little Mickey Mouse mics, uploading whatever I could to MySpace, trying to mix my shit and do everything like that. So, and then around 2012, 2013, I started, just releasing mixtapes, saving my money, paying for studio time, videos, doing the whole 9 yards and shit like that. And then like around 2015 is when shit started like moving for me.
Yeah, no.
What was the first song?
My first song or the first song that took off for me?
The first song that took off for you.
Juice, that shit, that's what changed my life. I'm gonna keep it G.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I mean, because at that time I had dropped, I think that was my 5th mixtape that I dropped. And I was really like, each mixtape, I was getting a little buzz and whatever, but it was nothing like no monetary gain from it.
Right.
And I got to the points where I was trying all these ideas and nothing was working. And I was like, you know what? This is the next mixtape I do. I don't give a fuck. I love music. Let me just do what I want to do.
Have fun with it.
And then have fun with it. And that song, shout out to my manager Pun. He gave me that beat maybe like 7 months before I touched it. The beat sounded crazy to me. I was just like, at the time, I was like, I don't know what to do with this shit right now. I sat on it. I got drunk as fuck at the studio one day. Made this motherfucker, and it was like the most simple song I ever made in my life. Because I come from like, I love battle rapping. I love like East Coast music. I love, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would just literally write bars down all day and stuff like that. So this was like a step in the other direction for me. So even
you thought
when
you
I
were
heard
dumbing your shit now.
Yeah, even when I heard it, I was just like, the song fucking kind of sucks. You know what I'm saying? I was like, it kind of sucks to me.
Were you drunk when you did it?
I was faded though.
Hey, they got the joke.
Yeah, I was screaming. I was doing that.
Yeah.
And you know, I was contemplating on, should I put this out? It would have been the stupidest shit I ever fucking did if I didn't know. So, you know, the shout out to the team. The team was just like, hey, let's just put it on there, whatever. And I had no expectations at this point
Like,
when
whatever.
it came down to music. And then, I mean, boom, that shit came out April, I believe. Nothing happened. May happened. Nothing happened. June, nothing. And I literally took it to the DJs. All the DJs ahead of time was like, we don't like it. They all telling me like they don't fuck with it. So I'm just sitting there like, all right, whatever. I'm in my mind, I'm over it. They like, we like some of your other songs and shit. I'm just like, all right, whatever. And shout out to my brother OT Genesis. He's like fresh off of getting his deal. He got Coco going. He's going crazy and stuff like that. And he told his brother, he's like, hey, pick a song from 80s mixtape. I'm gonna do a video to this shit. Cause he had went, I think he did like a little TMZ stunt or something like that. He went to the bank. The nigga took out like 600 bands or something like that. Yeah. Something crazy. So he told his brother, he was like, hey, pick out a song from 80s mixtape and I'm gonna do this video with it for TMZ and shit like that. So he got like 600 grand in his hand. He's playing it. He's driving. He's going crazy with the shit. And then instantly, motherfuckers is on his fucking comments like, what song is this? What song is this? What song is this? What song is
playing
it?
in the back.
He's playing in the background, and the people assumed, I guess they assumed that it was one of his records.
Oh.
So you feel me? Yeah. But they're like, whose song is this? Whose song is this? Whose song is this? And then TMZ picked it up, and they had it on the TMZ Live and stuff like that. And then instantly, everybody, the radio DJs, natural viral video. For a long time, that was like his most like liked picture on Instagram, video on Instagram at the time. And then from there, you know, I got all these DJs hitting me up. They like, hey, make the clean versions, make this and all that. I'm like, damn, okay. Nigga getting somewhere now, right. Nigga, you know what I'm saying? Instead of that $200 show money, niggas got a couple racks for a nigga now and shit too. Yeah. So, and while this is happening, I'm still living in the hood. You feel me? I'm in Compton with my daughter, maybe $50-$100 to my name, trying to figure this shit out. Wow. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So life changed right then from there. And then I got to shout out DJ Head, because DJ Head put the fucking more battery in my back. He was just like, hey, make me a custom with my name in it. So I went to the studio and I was like, oh, okay. So Head got the juice. And then once I did that, all the DJs was like, hey, can you make me one? Yeah. And I said, you know what? Fuck this. I went to the studio and I think I made like 300, 400 versions of the shit. Even the DJs, like, I didn't know. I just made it so they can have it and shit like that. And I was sending it out to these motherfuckers. And then the shit just started going crazy for a nigga.
Damn.
And then, yeah, that's what really birthed the niggas like career, bro, and buzz, and you know, and then cracking.
Isn't that crazy how you sent the record like, yo, this is the record, you know what I mean, what y'all think? And you know, sometimes shout out to all the DJs, but you know, we come from radio and we know, but they just didn't get it. Mm-hmm. And it was like that one moment with this, and OT saw it like, nah, let's, you know what I mean?
And he ain't even the fact that like he seen it, he was just doing a homie favor for a nigga, and you know what I'm saying, cracked it off. But that's how easy it is. Damn. And how simple it is. Yeah. And then too, like, that just lets you know, bro, any song, if you work it the right way, can become something. Like, if you look at the Drake Kiki, you know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't no single. Shiggy did his dance to that shit.
It went on.
It went viral, and then guess what? There goes a fucking top single right there.
Yeah, dog. All right, so from there, like, all right, so now you getting the momentum. Like, what happens after, you know?
After a nigga getting the momentum, mind you, I'm indie the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if you guys know, but as an independent artist,
it's all on you.
That shit's hard. It's all on you. You need a good team. You also need money. You feel me? Yeah. And at that time, I didn't know which way to go. I ain't had the funds. I ain't had the capital to capitalize on everything, but I'm getting the show money. And my first objective was to get out the hood. I didn't give a fuck about working no record or doing nothing. I'm just like, hey, you know, the rumor was around the hood that AD just signed for $1 million. I know how that shit get.
Yeah, like, nah, that ain't
I'm like, nah, I'm about to get out of here. You feel me? So I was able to get enough money. I lived with my uncle for a little bit, for like maybe 4 or 5 months. And then I moved to Hollywood, got my own spot and shit, and you feel me? That shit changed the nigga ship. And, you know, even from there, while I'm doing this, you know, Fuzzy came along the way too. I did a deal with Fuzzy and them at Priority. You know what I'm saying? We did that shit, and, you know, shout out to Empire. I would just do different shit with different companies and stuff. And as that was going on, you know, people always tell me throughout the years, they be like, hey, D, you know, they nicknamed me Ice Cube. And I don't know what if it's the way a nigga dressed and the way a nigga look.
Probably a hat and a beard or something.
Beard, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just real West Coast. And, you know, they always told me, your music is dope, but we really fuck with your personality. So
that's the part when you talk about, because you are always, like me and AD got this inside. One time I pulled up, we was doing something at Geffy.
Yeah. They still on there too.
Yo, man. Yo, we got our own gifts, right?
Yeah.
And I was talking about I don't know, something, and he went, ah! So every time I see him, I always grab my collar and go like that.
Yeah.
Like it's an inside joke. But he's hilarious, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, I
still be using my Giffies too.
Me too.
Oh, no, yeah.
I got a lot more now though.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I got like 400 now.
Woo!
Can we go? We gotta go to. Can we go to Giphy?
Yeah,
We need to go back. I'm gonna go back with y'all when y'all go.
Hell yeah.
Make some,
We can do that.
Hell yeah, I want to go. Hell yeah, I want some Giffies. I want
bro.
some gifts.
That's like the ultimate like
Stunt.
dating stunt.
Let me tell you something.
You know what I'm saying?
We in a group chat, and Fuzz brings out, and I don't know about it. He pulls the Giphy out, and I'm like, bro, how'd you get your own gift? Like and he never told us. Then he had another. Then he had another. So it's like, all right. I guess this is just like the perks of being, you know, in LA or you know what I mean, or
downtown
or connected.
And
you know
bro,
what I mean?
like that's the ultimate flex when you meet a girl.
It is.
And you say something and you send her that Gippy to go with it, because then she just looking at you in a whole different light. You know what I'm saying? I've been guilty of that for sure.
Got it. Why not?
Use everything.
Yeah. All right. So prior to music, I guess you're in the streets.
Oh, for sure.
Like
But he has a great family background. Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
See,
Can we talk about your dad?
We talking about my dad. We talking about grandma. Everybody.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, my dad. Shout out to Pops. Pops was
He's a different.
Huh?
He's a different guy. I mean, he's a
different guy.
different guy.
My dad was always hustling. You feel what I'm saying? So, I really was raised by my grandma and my mom. And my grandma, she ain't black at all. You know what I'm saying? She would tell you that. She would be wearing dashikis and shit, but she wasn't black at all. Rest her soul. But, you know, she had a black husband, and then comes my mom, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I had that side from her where when I walk in the house, you know, be respectful, help everybody around you, you know, just try to be an overall great person. And you raising me right. Yeah. And you know, but you go outside, the wolves is outside, you know what I mean? And mostly everybody that I grew up with is from my neighborhood. So it was more like brotherhood and stuff like that. Like I didn't start gangbanging because I wanted to be bad or I wanted to do some bad shit.
It's a neighborhood thing.
It's my neighborhood and these are my friends. I look at them like brothers, and you know, if niggas is tripping on them, they tripping on me. Like, hey, we gotta protect ourselves too. So yeah, we started in the streets. We started doing that shit, but music was always my escape.
Yeah.
So, you know, I would go to the studio and I get a call. Hey, what's the call? Got popped. You know what I'm saying? While I'm at the lab.
Right.
Of how, you know, deaths and all type of shit. So a nigga went through a lot of trials and tribulations before that shit happened. You know what I'm saying? And then too, while all this shit is happening, I'm trying to find my outlet and try to find my way out the, you know, the jungle and shit.
Yeah. So all right, so you're in Compton. Mm-hmm. I'm from the East Coast. I'm from Philly.
Yeah, you can tell them Compton.
Yeah, like when we hear Compton, we like, oh, snap.
I'm from the west side of Compton.
Yeah. Like from the west side. I'm from the south side.
Okay, so who's coming up in that era when you're coming up trying to get on making music?
I mean, I would say like around the same time my shit started moving. RJ, his shit was moving. Neff the Pharaoh, you know what I'm saying, from the Bay. It's a lot of guys, man.
Just specifically in Compton, like who?
Oh, in Compton, at that time, YG was already established.
YG was already cracking.
YG was already cracking. So I would really just say me at the time.
Yeah, that's accurate.
It wasn't nobody from the blue side that was getting in the game and stuff like that at the time.
Got it, because YG is on.
He's the red side.
K-Dot is on. He's
Yep.
on the
And K-Dot was raised on the red side too. So
Yeah.
you know, everybody that was from the West, from Compton, that was getting looks, they were blood
Gang,
affiliated,
yeah.
Paru affiliated and stuff like that. So I came out, at a time by myself damn near.
Yeah.
And, shout out to G Perico too, because G Perico, while I'm pushing, his shit start moving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He over there on Broadway, so it's just like,
he LA, but he's like,
yeah. But it's just like, okay, now it's two of us.
And it was always
In
running
this,
together.
you know what I mean? In this red rag dominated city when it comes musically and shit like that. So now it's a million of us.
Right. Yo, on one of AD's albums, they Crip Lives Matter.
Yeah. Cause we got to represent, you know what I'm saying? We had to, even shout out to Game, shout out to Chuck. That's my first album he put me on. He put me on a song with All Bloods. So, you know what I mean? I remember going to the studio and he was like, I'm gonna give you your own part. And I'm listening to all the Bloods from Los Angeles. You feel me? They got you got Joe Moses on there. You got J305.
Shout out to all
you
them
got
dudes,
you got
man.
Scheme on there. You got RJ on there. He had Mitchie Slick on there.
That's a lot of blood.
Yeah, he had Ty on the hook. You know what I'm saying? So
That's a lot.
all them Game, everybody. And I remember coming to the studio.
You're the only Crip on there.
Man, they said, I'm gonna give you your own part. And he told me, he was just like, hey, I want you to say it like this. And in my head, I was just like, If niggas hear me with all these B-dogs, I gotta go crazy on this shit. And I spazzed on some real gangster shit, like really made that shit stand out. Video-wise, everything, you know what I mean? So
That's a big moment.
that's a real big moment. That shit was dope though. So shout out to him because put me on my first album, man. I would always appreciate that.
Because let me tell you, QDZ he really is a sponge for this hip hop culture, street culture. Like, explain to him how it's been times AD and I went out to eat, right? Went to get sushi. And explain to him how you order your rolls, like your sushi rolls.
All right, so when you
if
get-
you order a crab, you can't, like, if you say crab roll.
We don't say that.
You can't say crab. It's very disrespectful to call a Crip a crab.
Okay.
All right? So that's very...
I will never. Okay.
So when I go to
Please don't say
restaurants,
that. please.
Noted. Yeah.
when I go to restaurants, still to this day, I be like, hey, can I get a spicy Crip roll or something? You know what I mean? I go to Joe's Crip Shack, or you know what I'm saying?
He never say crab.
You want to eat at the Boiling Crip? You know what I mean? And then too, like, especially like when you go out and you know, women will look at me crazy. They be like, just order it, and I will point to the shit. I tell the lady, excuse me, I want this on the menu. I'll say like the spicy, and I point to it on the menu.
What?
Yeah.
He will never say it.
So have you ever been to like a bougie restaurant and you
We've
like,
been
yo,
to it. I'm trying to tell
But
you.
no. I'm saying like, has the waiter understood what a
The
Crip
lingo?
roll? Yeah.
Well,
Nah.
Wow.
you say this Crip roll.
I'll be like, yeah, can I get the, or I'll just, if I'm a fancy restaurant, I'll be like, can I get this roll?
What?
You know what I mean?
So all right, break down the in Philly it's like sections, right? It's like, yo, you from this side, you there from that side, but we still could be cool. But I think from an outsider, we like, what does that mean if a Blood and a Crip see each other? Like, we don't know.
It's different now,
Like,
but
when
I'm going to
went-
let you speak on
Yeah,
it.
like when you went to the studio and they talking, they're set on the record and you're there and you got to do your part to rep your neighborhood. Like, how is that?
I mean,
Executive Crippin.
people get the wrong idea about Los Angeles.
Please, yes.
So Bloods and Crips really don't beef with each other no more. Like that red rag, blue rag shit is done.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Most of my close homeboys and in this music game is Bloods, and you know what I mean? They don't look at us like color lines and shit. I mean, my neighborhood don't beef with nobody that's a red rag. They
Got it.
beef with other Crips.
Yeah.
And Bloods beef with Bloods, and Power Rules beef with Power Rules.
Beefing with each other.
Yeah, they beef with each other,
They're
though.
the same.
All right, I'm about to say something dumb.
No,
Go ahead.
But I was always taught that there's never a dumb question. So you just said Bloods, you said Crips beef with Crips, Bloods beef with Bloods, Pyrus beef with Pyrus. So Pyrus aren't Bloods?
Pyru is blood.
It's
It's
their own entity, but
Yeah.
they're like the brothers of Bloods or cousins of Bloods.
Because there's a street in Compton called Pyru.
Paru Street.
Pyru Street. So that's where Pyru come from. You hear?
Got it.
He's only going by what he's hearing in rap
Yeah.
songs, so I got to break it down.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not, listen, when
You
I'm
hear
when I'm-
YG say Blood, but he's a Paru.
Got
All
it.
Paru say Blood.
Tell him the street you shot out, the park you shot out the other day.
No, I'm not
Just
doing
tell-
that.
Come on, Q, just tell him.
Nah, bro, no.
Listen, he said Capanella
Shout out to the Nellas, man. They're my niggas.
Right, but he said it to somebody that had
But
beef.
you don't need to be going over there and saying that
That's what
shit. You know what I mean? You may say it to the wrong person, they gonna be tripping.
But Q said it to somebody who had beef and was shot by somebody from Campanella.
Oh my God.
He didn't know.
Dog, it was so bad.
I said,
I know who you talking about too.
yeah.
It was cool because it was
I
that
know exactly
person.
what you talking about.
It
I
just
had to
was,
tell him like, yo.
So this is what I'm saying. When I lived in LA, I didn't go to. I have a PhD in the hood. I know all of it. It looked like I went to Watts. I'm like, this looked like Philly. No thanks. I'm out. Like I don't need to be around that.
We feel the same way.
Yeah, no, I think we are right. So I don't be going to.
Say that.
Yeah, I'm not going to Miami. Like, yo, where the hood? Like I'm cool. I'll stay right on South Beach. Yeah. So it's these certain things that I know some other people are being educated right now. 100%. You know what I mean? So
that's why it's called frequently asked questions.
No, you said fast forward. You said something about they liked your music, but they liked your personality.
Oh yeah,
the record labels.
I mean, basically everybody, any exec, any DJ, they would tell me like your music is dope, but your personality, like you're a one of a kind type of guy. And like me personally, that kind of made me just I always think different. I always wanted to be in movies and television shows and do all type of commercial. I always wanted to do that, but I didn't see myself having the time. And then two, being a gangster rapper, it was just like you'll think about things being looked down upon or how.
Yeah, because you pushed the line a lot.
You pushed the line.
Can you tell them some of the album titles you had?
I mean, Blue 89, Last of the 80s, but songs like Crip Lives Matter. I got a song called West Side Herb, which is like a saying that we say in my neighborhood and stuff. Yeah, bro, I got a lot of stuff, so we push the line.
Definitely pushing the line.
But that hindered me though, because
it just kept you in a box. You thought
it kept me in a box, and also business wise, I would have people tell me like, "Hey, AD, we like you as a person, you're dope, but hey, these execs, they're afraid of you. Right. They think you're going to be a liability." Oh shit! I didn't want to.
You didn't want that to throw.
I didn't want that to throw off potential business and shit like that. Yeah. And I'm looking at myself like, damn, I'm just representing. I'm not outside and going to Hollywood clubs fucking nobody up all the time. But you know what I mean? every once in a while, somebody got to get touched. You know what I mean? It don't fucking matter. But yeah, from there though, I was like, man.
But AD started pushing clothing line like he was really a part of it.
But that shout out to Spike, shout out to S Dot, that was something else that helped make me become established in Los Angeles. So when I met the Villains LA niggas, you feel me?
You pushing it heavy.
I was pushing it heavy, but you got to understand why I was pushing it heavy. I was pushing it heavy too, because that was also another outlet for me. So basically, I'm living in Compton, bro. I ain't got no money for clothes like that. And this dope clothing lines come over here and say, hey, we want to push you and help you out whatever you do. So bro, I would drive from Compton to Burbank 3-4 times a week, bro. Mm-hmm. To what I'm saying, just be at the office, put on the clothes, and I wore this clothing brand for 2 years straight. Yes. And like made it real popular, and everybody around LA was wearing his clothing line at one time. Yeah, but that also too, people associated me with that too. So, I would go certain places and rappers would be like, hey man, they'll come to the office and be like, hey, I want the AD shit. You know what I mean? Like, and it just, all these pieces together, put together was what built a nigga up and started getting me outside of, you know what I'm saying? Outside of everything I was doing. And then, I got to a point in music where I'm dropping stuff, I'm making good money and everything like that. But I feel like at a point of time, I hit a ceiling. Cause it was like, it's either I'm going to take something real major and take it this way, or like just the way that I was doing it independently wasn't really elevating me and stuff like that. And I'm sitting there just looking, I'm paying attention. I shout out to Lil Dicky. Actually shout out to Wiz, because Wiz had asked me to come to a video shoot. I go to the video shoot. Juicy J introduces me to Lil Dicky. We exchanged numbers and stuff like that. We never talked again. Called each other or nothing. A year and a half later, I get a DM from him and I get a follow. And I'm like, what the fuck does nigga Lil Dicky follow me? I forgot I even met the nigga. You know what I mean? And he's like, I got this TV show that I think that you I don't know if you want to act or anything, but I think you'll be dope for it. Or the people submitting their stuff, I don't really believe them. And when he's talking about a show, I'm thinking a nigga is talking about like a Facebook show or some type of YouTube show, nothing major. I go to the shit. I got a big ass fucking trailer. I see FX Presents and I see all this shit like a fucking movie set. I'm like, wait a minute, this is bigger than I fucking thought. Yeah. I read the sheet and they send executive producers Scooter Braun and Kevin Hart. I'm like, wow. Oh, you know what I mean? With no acting experience, and I fucking do this show, and they're like, oh man, you did great. And
I'm just being myself.
Bro, being myself, bro. They say, oh, you did good. But I never forget, this was a turning point for me in career and everything. They have the premiere. So they had a big ass premiere at this big ass movie theater. Yeah. And I'm sitting in the theater, and I didn't know that one of the episodes they were playing that I was in. So I'm sitting in this theater with all these actors and rappers and executives and all type of these fucking TV people, and I see myself on a motherfucking big screen. You know what I'm saying? And then when I see the credits go off, and I see my name on the credits and shit like that. And right then and there, I was just told myself, I was like, you got way more to give than just music. And,
Turning point.
Because at this time too, I'm looking at Childish Gambino. You know what I'm saying?
With Atlanta.
Yeah, and even the Ice Cube moniker, I'm like, what did Ice Cube do? Ice Cube was dope as fucking music. He's dope as fucking films. He's the big three, do all that. And then I never forget, I was looking at Childish Gambino. And when I first heard his music, it was cool to me. Like it was nothing crazy or nothing like that. And I was like, it's a little different. I'm a West Side nigga. I'm like, okay, it's cool. But then I end up going to Netflix, and I'm scrolling through Netflix. I see the nigga had a stand-up comedy special on there. And I'm like, wait a minute. And I didn't even know about the show Community. I found that shit out later.
Yeah. I think a lot of people did.
Yeah. Then I go take my daughter to go see the Muppets movie, the niggas in the Muppets movie. I'm like, wait a minute, this nigga is all over the place.
Star Wars.
Yeah. Then he come out with Atlanta, and I'm like, man, this nigga is directing it. He's doing. I'm like, this nigga can't be stopped. And I said, you can't put him in a box. And he come back with This Is America. I'm like, he can do whatever the fuck he want to do. Can't nobody stop this nigga.
No. Yeah.
And at that point, I'm sitting there when I'm doing a TV show. I'm like, can't nobody stop me now. I'm about to be doing all type of shit. And I'm like, if my personality is what's going to get it, because I seen like just doing those 2 episodes, what it did for me. And people come up to me, bro, you need to do this. The FX people like, hey, this is dope and all type of shit. So now I'm looking at TV shows like Snowfall and all type of shit. I'm like, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, I could do that. And during quarantine, a week before quarantine, shout out to Adam22, he hits me up. He says, hey, I got this new Snapchat deal. He was like, we doing these little news segments. You know what I mean? Yeah. He was like, I'm about to switch out every week, and 2, we're going to have different artists, different producers, different everybody come and do this shit. And he was like, I want you to be the first to try it. I said, yeah, I tried. When did it one time? The next week, the quarantine happens. So then he's like,
so he can't get nobody over there.
He can't get nobody over there. And then the Snapchat people, and they hit him up. They was just basically like, hey, what's up with the guy that you had? And I ended up just stay doing that shit.
That's how you got into
doing. That's how I got into doing the shit with No Jumper, bro.
Did you know him beforehand?
I met him before, but we wasn't like, we never talked like we gonna do business with each other. And at the time, I didn't even care about doing fucking podcasting or anything like that.
You've been doing that for less than or a little over a year.
A little over a year.
Bro, when I watch it and I see y'all talking and doing the news segments, I'm like,
thought they always was folks.
I'm like, maybe because I was late to your music. I'm like, maybe I was just late. I just assumed I was late to this. I'm like, he been doing this.
Guest.
I got in to be doing a segment one time. I did that, and then
I know that.
So I just kept doing the news with him, and it's crazy because they had moved their place like 5 minutes from my crib too. So we in quarantine. I'm like, this is nothing. Yeah, I didn't do it for no money or nothing at the time. I was just like, this is a good exposure on a dope platform.
People can see you in a different light.
See me in a different light. And then from there, they was like, hey, days where he couldn't make it, he was like, hey, can you stand in for me for my Tuesday show?
So AD would be,
and I would just be there subbing for him. And then they was just like, hey, we'll give you your own show and we'll pay for it. I was just like, let's run it.
What?
And then I ended up starting doing my own show. And then one of the people left from his Tuesday show and I joined that. So then I'm like, damn. But I seen the shit, bro. Like, swear to God, now everywhere I go, there be these little white kids running up to a nigga like, hey, D, man, boom, we love you, man. I'm like, damn, this is a different dynamic that I couldn't touch doing my music the way that I was doing music. And now all these motherfuckers from their platform are going to my Spotify and my Apple Music like, wow, I didn't think that you was good, but your music is great. You on my playlist
So
now. So now I'm getting more streams. It's cross promotion and stuff like that. And then it's just like, it's like being on TV every fucking week. You know what I mean? And
Do you enjoy it?
I love this shit. It's the easiest shit because
he's already I can't say character, but you already got personality.
And I feel like what I put out in my music was one-sided. So people are only thinking like he's street. If my personality is key, I get to show my personality a couple times a week. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. The same reason why people say they love me, they doing that now, and it makes everything as a package bigger. And it's like you can't even put a nigga in a box no more and say, oh, he's a West Coast gangster rapper. Nigga, I'm an all-around entertainer now.
That's what I was saying.
You know? And I just did my first fucking movie, you know what I mean?
Right.
My first fucking film, I just filmed that shit last week. I was just like, man, life is good. It's blessings, man. I love this shit.
Yeah, because I know that your relationship with OT, your relationship with even your manager, Pun, that's my partner, Love Pun. These guys have you cracking up all the time. Like, even in the text messaging, like, it's funny as fuck. Like,
dog.
So I'm glad you're able to show this.
And what you just said right now is one thing that I learned about doing this shit with No Jumper is the importance of content.
100%.
Because we can be putting things in a text message, bro, that are hilarious, bro, that people would love to watch and get millions of views and everything too. So it's like now, I'm not wasting no opportunities and missed opportunities and shit. I'm going to podcast to podcast. I'm going to other people's podcasts. Like, I mean, I'm here right now. I'm going to another one later. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I get to show my personality and I get to, join in with the motherfuckers and they tapping in with a nigga.
How much content are you shooting with, I guess the No Jumper brand, weekly?
I do 2 shows a week, podcast wise, and I do the news 3 times a week. And then I started doing movie reviews on there. I'm gonna take that to another platform because I really love movies, bro. And I don't feel like there's nobody from the hood that gives their insight on movies. Like, I go to Rotten Tomatoes and see Eber and the Roper, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. But I'm like, okay, that's coming from one side of the spectrum. So I'm like, nobody is doing that shit. That's a real nigga from the street.
What's the name of that shit?
Reviews from the Streets. I started it with them, but I'm about to take it to another platform now too. So
why not? Let's talk about AD had did something very monumental that he got clowned for, and I'm seeing what he was doing.
Okay.
Yeah, he got his teeth fixed.
Oh yeah.
Listen,
he's getting money.
Nah, they were killing him though.
They was killing me.
His homeboys was killing him. They still kill him to this day.
But he's doing it for
show off your teeth.
He's doing it for Hollywood, not Hollywood, but you doing it for movies.
That ain't why I did it, but
okay.
Tell why you do it.
I did it for the bitches. You know what I mean? I would keep it 100 with you. I can't sit here and cap right now. Everything else is a bonus.
Right. The girls love it.
They love that shit. That's the first thing they say. You have such a great smile. And I'm like, thank you. Yeah. And the niggas be hating, oh, they fake. I be like, oh, yeah, now y'all want this shit, huh? You know what
Anybody, wait, have you caught one of the homies going to get some veneers because you?
Hell yeah, a bunch of them.
How long ago was?
But you got to make sure that you got to size them right because niggas be having horse teeth. You feel me?
Yeah.
They're like they got a big ass iPhone in their mouth. You know what I mean? Like, nah. You got to make sure you have it the right way.
Man, so are you okay, man? Do you have a production company? Like,
no, but that's gonna come next.
Yeah, you should work on that.
Like right now, my dream is to have a multimedia company, and I want a big ass company to pay for this shit. So if you watch it, 7-8 figures only.
Talk about it.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen,
dog. So for a lot of people, like the pandemic was a problem. You know what I mean? Yeah. But for you like, dog, you turned up.
Oh, I done made I I bought a studio. I got my own studio now.
Telling, yeah.
Yeah, we got a party bus company now too. Shout out to Royal Legends Only. Yeah, about to buy another bus and shit too. So I took that. I literally just left the t-shirt place too for merch that we about to start dropping. So we're gonna be consistent with merch. We're gonna be consistent with hats. I ain't leaving no money on the table.
Hell yeah.
And this is and it's not like it's all things that I like and things that I wear and things that I do. So it makes sense. Cause I literally had somebody make me 600 hats, not 600, like 300 hats, and I wouldn't wear them. So I was just like, I can't put this out to the people. So I'm gonna show, I care about the consumer. I care about what I wear and, you know, it's integrity with everything that I do. So I want to make sure if I push out a product, it's not for no money grab.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You said something about Childish Gambino doing stand-up, and Fuzz is always like, you know, you're hilarious. Have you started writing to do some stand-up?
I don't want to do no fucking stand-up.
You sure?
You sure, though?
I mean, look, if the opportunity presents itself, I'm not going to block my blessings.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, like, I'm running around chicken with his head cut off right now anyway. You know what I mean? But yeah, like, I mean, shit, I didn't even think about that till now. Maybe so. God damn it.
But let's talk about some of your close industry. I'm going to say industry friends, but to our viewers, they would probably like, they know these names. Your relationship with OT is like, you guys.
That's my brother,
brothers.
inseparable.
You guys are brothers. And
Brothers.
I've been telling them, like, I want to see a AD and OT album.
And see, this is, and peep this. Me and bro will get together and we'll put stuff on our stories.
Right.
And people would always say, I watch a TV show with you guys. I watch a TV show with you guys. I always tell this nigga, I'm like, bro, somebody would give us a bag if we had a TV show together. You feel me?
Yeah.
And now, as much content as I'm seeing and stuff that I'm doing, I'm like, bro,
You tripping. Let's do
we
it.
can really, really do this. So I feel like now, I've been telling them to do all type of other stuff. Oh yeah, too. I'm about to start streaming on Twitch too, video games and shit.
You be playing?
I'm a video game nerd, bro. I got Game Boy tatted on me.
What's your game you play?
Now?
What are you killing?
I honestly like adventure games, but shooter games is probably what I'm gonna be doing. Like
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. I was addicted to Fortnite. I had to get off of that shit.
What?
When I say addicted, I would wake up at 6 in the morning every day,
And be on Fortnite.
play that to 10.
What?
Yes, bro. And I probably spent like $6-7 grand on skins on that game, bro.
You come on,
No
bro.
bullshit.
Come on, man.
No bullshit.
How many years you spent?
2 years.
Come on, bro.
Spending what on what?
Dog.
Like $7 grand worth of like skins and dances and shit.
So you do different dances, different pants, and all that.
Yeah, different characters and
You
shit.
just wanted to go overboard with it.
No, it was just like, man, I love this shit. It was a great gaming experience for me because each match will be like 20, 30 minutes, right? And you're like, how we're talking right now, we're talking like that while we're doing the game.
Yeah.
Teamwork wise. And I got closer connections with a lot of like my rap homies that we were cool, but we wasn't cool like that. And we would get on there, bro, and talk for hours, bro, and playing these matches and shit too. So it was a dope gaming experience for me. I was addicted to that shit. I had a problem.
That's
Like,
crazy. This
yeah,
is
The
real
only reason why I got off this shit is because I was like, all right, I'm gonna leave that in PS4. PS5 came out. It's like, no more of that shit.
Wow.
Got it.
And I'm scared to pick it up again.
Because you think if you get it on the new platform, you'll be.
I'm doomed. I wouldn't have made it here today.
So this is why we really brought you here. And Fuzz didn't want to say it, but we're making a video game and we wanted to have you a part
You're
of the
making a
company.
video game?
Yeah.
Bro, I love that shit. Let's make that shit happen.
It's about Compton and like you got. Well, we'll talk about it later. Yeah.
Don't say too much.
Yeah.
You'll snatch that shit up.
Yeah.
Let's talk to AD, the father. He's a family man. He's very close with his kids. How has fatherhood changed your life?
Bro, honestly, when me and my daughter got the same birthday, shout out to Armani. If she wasn't born, bro,
Super sweet.
I probably would have got smoked a long time ago. I'm gonna keep
Wow.
it G. Yeah, bro, because my mind, you know, when you living in the hood and you don't know which ways to go and stuff like that, like she came at a time that I was confused. I was just like, all right, you know, I can be doing this, doing that. And then she popped up and I was like, I want to do better for my child. So instead of hustling in the streets, I went and got a regular job.
What was you doing?
I was working at Target.
Really?
Yeah.
Where- which Target?
2 years. One in Carson.
Bruh. So you had to put on red?
I had to put on red.
See what I'm saying,
Red and
Fuzz?
khaki.
Hey, and the crazy thing about that shit too was it kind of stopped me a little bit musically wise, because niggas are telling me like, hey man, you come. I'm like, I can't do it. I got me a shift and stuff, but I was like, let me be a responsible parent. Let me go buy the diapers. Let me go do this and do that. And you know, for 2 years, and it was actually dope as fuck too, because I used to tell everybody when I got there, I was like, y'all gonna hear me on the radio one day, man. Like, you know, watch. I ain't gonna be here long. It took me 2 years to get out of there though. But the dopest shit for me was they fired me, and then like a year later, they told me that the boss and everybody was in the break room when I hit the radio. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like,
why they fire you?
My homie said he was crying too when that happened.
Why
they fire me?
Yeah.
It's 2 reasons, I'll tell you.
Give me. All right. It's
2 reasons. One, I had this boss, right? When I first
you
got
say the boss name?
I don't even remember his name.
Okay, it was not.
But fuck you, you know you are. When I first shout out to Greg though. When I first went to Target, I had a boss named Greg, and he was on his way out. So when I got there, he looked at me, white guy. He was like, "Do you like South Park?" And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Let's watch it." So me and this nigga just started watching South Park
in the store.
At the store, like in the back and shit. So I was like, all right, my boss, he cool, he ain't tripping.
Yeah.
So while this is happening, they're like, wait a minute, like these people ain't doing work and shit. He's already on his way out. I got a sleeve full of tattoos and shit like that too. On top of that, then he left. They hired this other guy, and they told him, hey, we want you to get rid of him.
Yeah.
He's not going to work out for the business. So he gets there and he meets me. He's just like, I think I know your baby mom's mom. So me and this nigga get cool.
Okay.
I ain't doing no work. I was the worst employee ever.
That's dope.
I told him I had like IBS. I would go to the fucking bathroom, watch Netflix on the phone, 30 minutes on the bathroom. You feel me? I'm binge watching shit during shifts. And then go, you know what I'm saying? And go to lunch. So they hated me. But then they fired that guy. And they said, okay, they got this other guy come in. I forgot his name. You lucky, I don't remember what you look like. But he came in and his whole purpose was to
get you out of there.
Get rid of me. And as I'm, now I'm like, all right, let me keep my job. I'm trying to do tasks. I'm trying to do things. He kind of warmed up to me. You know what I'm saying? Personality came out. He was like, all right, he ain't so bad. Maybe this is working out. We ended up doing good for like the quarter, and they told us they was going to take our team out for a fucking
it's like a celebration,
a team night.
Yeah.
They just said no alcohol involved. So we went to the bar. We did all type of shit, right? And while we're at the bar and everything, we're drinking, we turning up and everything. We in downtown Disney. They had like a hedge, and I was like, I can jump over that.
Oh
yeah.
Boy.
And everybody's like, no, you can't. I end up jumping over the hedge, and I'm cheering. And as I'm cheering, my other coworker tried to jump over the hedge, and he fucking breaks his leg.
Oh, that's not your fault. He was a follower.
But
it was your fault.
It's the team thing. They're using a company card. You ain't supposed to buy alcohol. You get what I'm saying? So my boss, he's panicked. He's like, hey, what the hell? It's your fault. I'm like, you need to take him to the hospital. He's like, I can't take him to the hospital. He just dips. So I take the nigga to the hospital. Feel me? Next day, I come to work. This nigga is pissed. But I ain't gonna tell on the nigga. You feel me? I ain't no snitch. So I'm just like, he looking at me like this, like, we gotta understand it, nigga. Like, we ain't gotta talk about what happened last night. The nigga in the hospital got his leg wrapped up. It is what it is. And at that point, his vendetta was like, I gotta get him out of here. So he would give me tasks, and I did everything that he asked me to do. And then, like 3 weeks later, he was like, oh yeah, you get a warning because you're not doing what I'm telling you. You're missing your other tasks. So I'm like, listen, bro. In my head, I'm like, he must think I'm a bitch ass nigga or something. Like, he don't know I'm from fucking Compton, bro. Like, I would beat the dog shit out this nigga in my head. You feel me? So at this point now, I'm like, I'm planning this shit out. My exit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm gonna get on this nigga head. I'm gonna let him know. And one day he came and he gave me another write up. So I said, they're clearly gonna get rid of me, but if I'm gonna get kicked out, I'm gonna go out with a fucking bang.
Yeah.
So he stopped going. He stopped when I would go to lunch is when he would go to his office. You feel me? He was trying to avoid me because he didn't even want to have to tell me nothing. So one day I faked like I was going to lunch. I seen him go to his office, and I walked in the office, and I sat next to a chair next to him. And I was like, "You old bitch ass nigga, I'll fuck you up right now, nigga." Right?
You just want to get fired.
I'm going crazy on him. You bitch ass nigga. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about this job. I'll slap the shit out of you right now, you bitch ass nigga. And he's like this. He's like, I said, say something. I'm gonna fuck you up right now. He's like this. He's like, shaking and shit. Nigga got tears coming down his eyes. Yeah, you pussy ass nigga. Yeah, you bitch ass nigga. I'm sitting there for like 5 minutes just talking crazy to this nigga. Talking crazy to him. Then I said, get your bitch ass up and go tell. And he gets up like the devil didn't talk to him and shit. He's running to the office. I clock out. I'm like, I'm out of here. You feel me? So I'm like, as I'm leaving, I'm seeing the fucking big boss looking. She's looking for me. I'm out of here. Next morning, I come to the fucking office like nothing's happens. So I'm just chilling. 5 minutes go by. Remind Douglas to the HR. I get in the office. I just know they about to fire me. They like, your boss is saying you say these all type of things. And then I'm like, I didn't say that. You feel? She said, so you didn't say this. She's saying it to me too. This be bop bop. That doesn't sound like me at all, man. You know what I mean? I'm sitting there putting on the front. Doesn't sound like me at all. And then, oh my God, she's like, this is totally unacceptable. This is this and this and that. I said, I think he has it out for me. She said, why does he have it out for you? He was like, the homie broke his leg and he's trying to blame me for it. Right? And then she was like, go back to work. I was like, go back to work? What the fuck?
You was trying to get fired.
I'm trying to get fired so I can give me some unemployment money and shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn it. If that don't get you fired, what the fuck is gonna get me fired? So then now they gunning for me. They all gunning for me and shit. I had another homeboy, shout out to Mario. You feel me?
Mario, what's up?
Mario was about to get fired and got in trouble. He was my homie though. I overheard what he was gonna get in trouble about. I told the nigga, I'm like, hey, they about to try to say this. So he went in the office and gave him a little story and all type of shit and told him what they know. And they was like, who told you? You feel me?
Yeah.
They literally told this nigga they'll give him promotion if he told on me. Didn't tell on me. Got fired.
He's not a rat.
Real nigga. You know what I mean? So eventually, they finally caught me slipping up. I fucking wrote on the timesheet. I came in like 20 minutes earlier than I did and shit. And they got me out of there. And then I went and got unemployment. And then they really had a vendetta against me because they said no. They took me to court. So
They
all
took
the
you to court
took me to court.
Target took you to
Target
court.
took it to court. And all the unemployment money that I got, I had to pay that shit back.
No. Where was this Target? No, don't say it.
Carson.
Oh, snap.
That's where Jason Cash is from.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jason Cat. So do you still go to Target and shop? Have you been back?
Oh, I used to do that though.
Yeah.
I used to go in there on purpose.
Yeah.
So this Target is if anybody knows, it's in Carson, but it's connected to the Carson Mall.
Mm-hmm. AKA the Carson Hall.
Okay.
Yeah, Carson.
We
Hall.
don't call it the mall.
Yeah,
Got it.
Carson Hall.
Got it.
But at first, not for nigga first hit the radio, I'm walking through the motherfucker like
Crack.
King Tut around this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing all my old co-workers. I'm like,
Hi.
here's what it is.
Do you look at Target different now? Like, when you go shopping, you be like, I know where everything is. I used to work here. Or do you even shop at Target anymore?
You know what? Y'all want to give me a deal, Target? I'm all for it. We'll do it like that. I'm not saying nothing bad about fucking
You taking all checks.
Yeah, nah. We gonna get all these checks and shit. But me personally, I'm a Ralph's nigga, man. I live by Ralph's, so I go over there. You know what I mean? They got everything you need. You could buy flowers from there. You could buy food.
Yeah.
You know.
You like Ralph's.
I like Ralph's. Get my liquor. Get my Don Julio.
They got diapers. Yeah.
Diapers, baby
Can we talk
food.
about his drinking?
Yeah. Well, I see it online. Like even during the pandemic. Like I don't know if you got the.
I ain't sit down during the pandemic.
Bruh, did you get the vaccine early? Because he was everywhere for us. I'm like, it's parties in Hollywood.
All I'm gonna tell y'all is this: I got my vaccine card.
So he's vaccinated.
I got my vaccine
Been
card.
vaccinated. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So y'all catch it. Yeah. So what I do want to ask, because you do drink.
Yeah.
What's your choice of drink?
Don Julio, Reposado, or Anejo.
And how much is that a bottle? If you buy it
From the store?
From the store.
$60.
He's not buying it from the store. You see that? That was the dead giveaway. He has a hookup somewhere.
No, I'm buying it from the store.
You
No,
sure?
they buy it, yeah. Like they keep it in their car.
Yeah. No. Who? No. Who?
No, not in the car.
No, not in the car.
Yeah,
Outside of the car.
outside the car. Right. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
So that's your choice. What's your second choice? If they didn't have the Don Julio.
Casamigos, Reposado, Arnell.
So that's
All tequila.
It's all tequila.
Yeah.
You're a tequila guy.
Brown tequila.
And I've seen you faded quite a few times on Instagram.
I'm getting lit.
And between him and Pun, P.U., y'all got to follow Pun's Instagram. His stories are hilarious. He's passed, I think, Freddie Gibbs on his stories. Because Freddie Gibbs...
He took Freddie formula and
he perfected
they
it.
keep deleting Freddie's fucking Instagram.
Yeah.
I can't find him.
He don't want to do that shit no more.
Yeah, because
I had just got my last strike for Instagram, so I'm trying to keep it clean.
What'd you get a strike for?
Bro, they being too crazy now, bro. They said I had a caption. I had posted a picture, and it was I think it was me and Trey, and I was like, yeah, we'll fuck your bitch and beat you up the same night or something. I get a strike, said I was inciting violence.
Oh yeah. Okay. So they just trying to
You
keep
gotta be
The second time it was my fault. I went to the strip club. I had some titties on my Instagram. I understand that. The nudity part.
Yeah,
I wasn't supposed to do that.
Because you have a lot of followers.
I got drunk and I didn't pay attention. So,
Who's policing all this stuff anyway on Instagram? Like,
I don't know, but I think people be snitching.
they be trying snitching.
Yeah, people definitely telling because I mean you can go to some Instagram pages that have less followers, but it's way wild stuff.
Can
on
you
there.
tell everybody that's not from LA what you did when the pandemic hit? You made a video.
Oh yeah.
It's a classic video.
Yeah, I wanted to cheer everybody up because everybody knows me for the clubs. I'm always in all the clubs and stuff. So I went and filmed in front of every fucking club.
I saw it.
And I put the Aaron Hall, I Miss You in the background and shit. Like an old R&B video. I was sad as a motherfucker.
Yo, man, I must have reposted that thing like 3 times,
Yeah.
bro. It was the funniest video to me ever. I was like, this
But
is
see,
hilarious.
that's something that I wouldn't have did originally because it's like you would have an idea for something.
Yeah.
But now that I know the importance of content, if you have an idea, just do that shit.
Just let it go.
Let it fly. Either it's gonna work or it don't.
Even
And one of
OT
them things might be $1 million
Right.
situation. You feel
Even
me?
with OT jumping out of his car, crip walking. What do you think the most successful crip walk video you've seen? I have my favorite OT crip walk video.
When he was Santa Claus
Santa Claus.
with the blue Santa
Yes.
Claus suit.
I have not seen this one.
What?
Yeah.
It's classic. It's like
Classic.
All right.
he jumps out. What song was it? It was a Christmas song. And
He was like
got-
Jingle Bells.
It was something. But he got it blasting in his car. Did you film that?
That one I didn't.
Usually they're
I
filming.
usually film those.
Yeah, y'all gotta come out with a show, dog. Like
Yeah,
I
y'all
can.
just got to do it, man.
I see
Hey,
a How
I'm with it.
High, a movie, some movie series with y'all.
I told myself I gotta get the show myself first, and then I'll bring him in because he could you know what I mean?
Yeah, you come.
Yeah. Come on, bro. We gonna
Got it, man.
come join the cast.
AD, man. I thank you, man.
Oh, thank you guys, man.
So, all right, before I leave the city, we gotta do 2 things. Studio,
Everything's open.
Everything's open. Studio, and then we gotta go to the club.
You got to go on his podcast too.
Oh yeah, I can do both.
Come
Yeah,
on.
we're doing a podcast.
We could do both.
All right.
That'd be dope.
Cross promotion.
Cross promotion.
No, we appreciate you, man.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. What does AD stand for?
My name, Armand Douglas.
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm gonna get that in the clear. No, I know he said-
It ain't too complex.
yeah, no, because I know he said it when they was calling him to the office in HR.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Anything you want to promote? Anything you want to talk about? You got coming out?
Hey man, y'all watch my show at the end of the day every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Was that Central Time we on?
Y'all on Pacific.
Pacific Time. You know what I'm saying? You do that. New music is about to drop. I'm about to turn some shit in this week. It's back on. You know what I'm saying? We got that shit going. Movie reviews is coming back. Catch me on your TV screen too. Look me up everywhere.
Man.
AD, man, we appreciate it. FAQ Podcast, Fuzzy and Quincy. Check us out. FAQ Podcast on YouTube, FAQ Podcast on Instagram. We thank you, bro.
No, thank you guys, bro.
No, thank you, man.
Appreciate it.
This is dope.
My guys.
My God.
See y'all soon.